Audible's best of 2024 picks are here. Discover the year's top audiobooks, podcasts, and originals in all your favorite genres. From memoirs and sci-fi to mysteries and thrillers, Audible's curated list in every category is the best way to hear 2024's best in audio entertainment. Like a stunning new full-cast production of George Orwell's 1984. Heartfelt memoirs like Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's Lovely One. The year's best fiction, like The Women by Kristen Hanna, and Percival Everett's brilliantly subversive James. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Go to audible.com/imagine and discover all the year's best waiting for you.
Hey, Prime members! Have you heard? You can listen to your favorite podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free podcast. That's amazon.com/ad-free podcast to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Well, guess what, folks? Jordan is not here. I mean, he's supposedly going to try to call in. We'll see how that works. We're recording this on Tuesday evening, December 17th. This is podcast producer Arthur, by the way, here. I'm also not in my normal podcast studio, but that did not stop me from coming to you, talking to you, speaking to you. So, I mean, I don't know what the big deal is, right? Like, I'm in a hotel room. He's at the Scooter's Coffee Frisco Bowl. Probably the same difference to me, in my opinion. But hopefully this sounds all right. I set up a different mic because I'm obviously not at home, and so I have no idea, what the audio is going to sound like here. And I just hit record. We're probably about 6-7 minutes before we would do that. I just said, you know what, I'm here. That's what matters. So we're rolling right now, and we've got people slowly coming in. Yeah, we're live. So you're hopping in, and it's like we're doing some radio stuff or something. Like we're about to spread some truth on the airwaves here. Oh, look, what's up?
Hello.
How do I sound? Because I've never used this mic before. Like, I bought it an hour ago.
Oh, you sound great.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I don't know about the levels. I haven't, because I want to set up where I can hear myself, but
Sure.
I don't have that right now. So like I only hear other people. I don't hear myself.
No,
and I love to hear my own voice. If the listeners haven't guessed by me talking nonstop for 2 minutes or so, we'll see how much I cut.
Yeah, no, your levels are great. Like, it's super crisp and clear. I hate listening to the sound of my voice, so I'm jealous of you for that. But yeah, everything sounds great. As we wait for more people to trickle into our live call-in show with the phone lines down.
Yeah, I mean, like, I hope they bring questions because we're gonna have to answer them. I'm coming to people live from a hotel room in Birmingham, but it's Birmingham, Michigan.
I was confused by that. I didn't think you were in Alabama.
Yep, nope, pulling a little. I mean, I could have been in England. I'm not, but
new game: England, Alabama, or Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, so honestly, like I've never been to Birmingham, Michigan. Like I'm here for work, so I'm at this hotel, and it is like a very nice hotel. Like I'm talking, like I had to valet park my car.
Oh yeah, I saw the mini bar.
Yeah, I could get room service. There's a mini. This is the first time I've ever actually seen a mini bar
with full bottles of booze.
Yeah, like my reference point for mini bars is like the movie Flight, where like Denzel gets into the mini bar right before he goes into court. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen that. Like, I have a couple things where I'm like, oh, it's a nice hotel when they provide a bathrobe. I mean, like, I don't know why that would be a thing that's provided. Like, I don't even bother with one at home, but I guess that's like, yeah, you got the nice hotel when you got the bathrobe hanging in the bathroom, like right by the shower. You get out, you put the bathrobe on. I mean, which like I feel like you don't even need it because the hotel room like it's always going to be a good temperature. Let's see if Commish can get here. We got Commish coming in on the line here. Maybe it's buffering. There we go. Commish, you got a question? You're live.
No,
Yeah.
first time, long time. Just can you talk to us about the amenities in the hotel room? There's something on your, I see like the Grey Goose, which I'm assuming you bought yourself. There's something
no,
called...
I'm not paying for. As long as I don't touch it, I don't have to pay for it.
Okay, so it's just there. All right. There's something called chunk nibbles. Can you please
Yes.
explain to me what chunk nibbles is?
I mean, honestly, for me to do that, I would have to like get up and go look, which I can do. But I'm really not sure.
It says crunchy snack mix.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's another thing. I don't want to touch it because it's probably at least $8.
320 calories per serving.
Also,
that's a hefty snack.
I have
Sweet
eaten
and salty.
so much food today, you guys. So I'm here for work. We did a work thing. It was at Topgolf. So we had like a $250 minimum for our group for like food and beverage, right? And like I guess Topgolf is primarily like a food and beverage place that just happens to have like a driving range there.
Yeah, that's about right.
But like company policy, right? Like we can't charge alcohol. So trying to hit a $250 minimum at a Topgolf without alcohol.
That's a lot of nachos.
Yeah. Okay. And here's the other thing. The work event, we had like two parts, right? We started off at Topgolf for like the more casual thing. And then part 2 was dinner. So like, cause like ordinarily I would say like, okay, like, we could hit that $250 minimum if everyone orders an entree. What's up, Pitt Girl? Pitt Girl, you're on the air. You got a question for us?
First time, long time. I hear something about a $250 minimum.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm just saying. So right, if everyone had been able to order an entree, then like it would have been pretty easy. But like we're going right from there to dinner. So we're just trying to say like, man, like appetizers and non-alcoholic beverages. Like, how do we hit $250? Like I ended up walking away with just like a bunch of these bottles of something called Life Water. But like there's vowels in life, but not in water. It's LIFEWTR.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So maybe
water.
maybe the WTR stands for like maybe it's Life Wayne Taylor Racing. I don't know, but
sounds about right.
I got a bunch of bottles of this because we needed to hit 250. So this was the first time in my life that I'd ever swung like an actual golf club. Like I've done mini golf where like you're putting, but this is the first time I've ever swung a golf club at all. I was quite bad. The thing that really amused me about Topgolf is like you could tell they have certain games that they have like in Topgolf. Some of them are geared toward like actually being good, and others are like, we got to find a way to juice this so that people who aren't good at golf can have some fun.
That's the Angry Birds one.
That was the Angry Birds one, right? There's
an Angry Birds one.
Yep.
Yeah. You hit the golf ball and it simulates like the motion of launching the bird,
and you got to knock down the pigs.
Right. So that one, right? Like we had people who can actually golf, like hitting shots with like actual arc, and they're getting some pigs or whatever. And then you just got me, and I'm just hitting like everything just like flat and straight, and I'm just destroyed because like you want to go for the base of the tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that was one that I could play. The other one was the Sonic one because there's just like a bunch of rings like on the ground. So if you can only just like kind of hit things like flat, just straight out, like I'm getting all the rings. So yeah, I'm good at the Angry Birds one and the Sonic the Hedgehog one. I'm not good at the ones where it's like, can you hit the ball far? Can you hit the ball accurately into targets?
Ooh,
like
boy.
That's harder.
Welcome, everybody, to the Sickos Committee podcast. As you may have guessed, if you are a regular listener, I am not Jordan. I am Pitt Girl. I am your host for tonight because Jordan is on site at the Scooters Frisco Bowl, which live score update. We are at 10:46 in the second quarter as we record.
Must
live
you?
on Tuesday, December 17th. Yes, I absolutely must. And Memphis has just gone up 17-0. Beth, how are you doing?
I'm great. Everything's great. I'm so happy right now. God fucking damn it.
Did you see Rich Rod in the booth?
I did see Rich Rod in the booth.
That came true.
Oh God.
It wasn't a dream.
This is the stupidest timeline. I'm in the stupidest timeline.
With that, I realized that I have forgotten to introduce everybody because I wanted to get to asking Beth how she was so quickly. As I said,
Beth is in the bad place.
Beth is in the bad place.
She has not watched the good place yet, though.
Yeah, but
eventually,
she should.
Soon enough. She should.
Yes. I am Pitt Girl. I am doing well. Obnoxiously Pitt parents were here, and it was delightful to see them. So that was awesome. Alongside me, I have, as always, Beth, who we know how she's doing, Commish, and Arthur on the ones and twos, and special guest correspondent Andrew. So we are super excited to have everybody tonight. Beth, we already know how you are. Andy, how are you doing?
I am doing great. It is, to steal your line, it is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
I played outdoor broomball for the first time earlier today. Usually I play indoor. It was about 40s.
Okay, that's not bad.
So there was a puddle on the ice, but it was still mostly ice.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fine.
That's good.
Stopped at a Scooters Coffee on the way home to celebrate the Frisco Bowl.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, now I'm sitting here in my basement. I've got the Frisco Bowl on TV. I've got a fire going in my fireplace. PB is napping in front of the fire. Everything is just good.
Hell yeah. Commish, how are you?
I'm good. I don't want to talk about the real job right now. Just I'm here. I'm podcasting. I'm happy. Just a good time. We're here. We're gonna have some fun. I'm excited that everybody's all about the Scooters Coffee Bowl, including my wife was like, I swear we passed one the other day. Like, is it any good? And I'm like, I don't know. I've never been there. And then so we Googled it, and apparently there's one near us, relatively near us. It's probably like we'd have to drive like 20 minutes, maybe like 30 minutes round trip, like 15 minutes each way for it. And I'm like, man, it's coffee, man. I don't know. I'm going to make a 30-minute trip, like just for some coffee. But, Scooter, send us some free though.
Yeah, I do not live in proximity to a Scooters and have never had the opportunity to try it, but I would love to if you're listening, Scooters Frisco Bowl.
Scooters, I live in your HQ town, so I'm willing to be bought.
Looks like our nearest Scooters Coffee is in Akron.
Okay, good to know.
All right. Next year we go to the Wagon Wheel game. We get some Scooters Coffee.
Heck, we could do that whenever we hit up the Extra Points Bowl.
It's true.
Same thing. Do it.
Arthur, I see that you are coming to us from a different location tonight.
Oh, cool. Now we're summoning Greg Schiano on this broadcast.
Oh, my God.
My day keeps getting better.
Oh, come all ye riders.
I mean, look, I'm having a great day because I'm in the beautiful location of Birmingham, Michigan. That is.
So not the big one.
So yeah, Birmingham, Michigan is like incredibly nice. Like, it's very bougie. I drove in here last night, and because I'm driving, I'm like, okay, like I just want to be comfortable, right? Like, I'm not trying to look good for like traffic cameras or whatever. So, I'm wearing my comfortable home field apparel, right? You got the joggers, you got the hoodie, you all decked out, whatever. I get in, valet park my car, and then I'm walking around like, okay, like I want somewhere to get dinner, have a few drinks. I literally was walking around like, damn, like what's a place that I can get into around here looking like this? Like I did find something. It was, like a more sports oriented place, and it was good. Like I had a good dinner. some good drinks, watched an insane Detroit Pistons Miami Heat game where the Detroit Pistons, they scored their last bucket in regulation with more than 5.5 minutes left in the game.
Because they were just that far ahead, right?
Yes.
Well, they were like, they ended the game on, I want to say they ended regulation on like an 18-2 Miami Heat run where the two were 2 free throws. And then like the Heat kept it up early in overtime. And just at the last second, Tim Hardaway Jr. gets hot. He hits 3 straight 3-pointers to bring the Pistons back for the win. Like they went, I think probably 6-7 minutes without hitting a shot, blew a huge lead, end up in overtime, and then they just pull the win out. Like it was funny because no one at the bar was paying any attention to the game right up until like overtime.
Mhm.
And then it was like looking bad for the Pistons. So people still weren't like super into it here. And like, as soon as he started hitting shots, like everybody goes wild. Like, it's funny how, people can be like, oh, now I'm paying attention.
Fantastic. So we are turning to the show notes. As we mentioned at the top of the show, all 10 minutes ago, Jordan is at the Scooter's Coffee Bowl. And I have in the show notes, I'm just going to read this. Troll Beth about them hiring Rich Rod back, West Virginia, while West Virginia is playing the bowl game as we record.
I think somebody else like put a note below that. You want to read that,
Yes.
Pitt Girl?
Yes, I put that note there. I will also read this.
Yeah.
Rich Rod is in the building and guesting on the broadcast.
Listening to Rich Rod talk about how, like, yeah, I mean, we're doing this, we're doing that. And then as they're about to go for it on 4th down, he's like, yeah, I wouldn't have huddled here. If I'm coaching, we're not huddling here. Like, it's great whenever you have new coach backseat coaching, like, during the bowl game.
Coaching.
New coach, old coach, backseat coaching.
Yes.
Yes.
What I love,
This is the
what I
worst
love
Dr.
about
Seuss book.
the way that this hire came out is how long it took.
Yeah.
Like, a long time passed between it was like, okay, Rich Rod is the number 1 candidate for this job. He has interest, and them actually hiring him. Like, it reminded me of when I have something that I really don't want to do. Like if it's cold out and I got to take the trash out, where I'm just kind of like standing by the door being like, oh, I got to take the trash out. And then I walk into the kitchen and then I walk back and like, I'll go upstairs, maybe like keep walking around, where I know what I'm going to do. Like, it's not really a question, but like it can still take me a long time to actually do it.
So are you
Oh,
like
sorry. That's my
comparing
room
this-
service.
Oh. Are you comparing
Wow.
Are you comparing Rich Rod to like, that bag of donation clothes you
The
got in your
Goodwill
trunk?
clothes.
Yeah.
Shall I compare Rich Rod to an unpleasant household chore? He is both more lovely and more fragrant.
Ew. Ew.
So like they won like with Jack State, they won the Conference USA Championship on December 6th. Like they didn't make the Rich Rod hire official for like over a week after that, right?
Yeah.
Like-
and I mean, originally I was hearing that like people were contemplating like going with Becht and trying to do like Coach Prime Light, I guess. But the longer that this went, the more that I'm like, oh God, this is going to happen. Oh God.
Beep, 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 beep.
Hey, did we just get points? Yeah,
You
we just got
did.
points.
West Virginia has points.
Points.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Woo.
Oh, your broadcast is a lot farther ahead of mine.
I have cable.
I have satellite.
Oh.
Now they got points on my
Now-
YouTube TV.
But
They
I'm waiting
nearly
for you.
doubled their yards on one play.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
And it
Rich
was a
Rod taking the
33-yard play.
Oh, buddy.
Rich Rod, the Rich Rod effect is underway already.
They're doing better because we're talking about them.
So part
Yes.
of me wonders if this is going to be like the first time through with Rich Rod, where West Virginia was absolute smoking garbage for multiple years. because Rich Rod was like, I'm going to put it in my system. And West Virginia run a Power I for years. And they were going to like proto spread. And so he ran proto spread with the Power I guys for 2 years. And it went like the way you would think it would. Hey, an additional point. But
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't either. Like, but
Well, back when he started, there was no transfer portal. Like now, you can like get.
yeah, now you can like dial a drink a team.
Yeah, I mean, like you could just like pull an Ole Miss and just get everybody in the transfer portal. I mean, will it work for West Virginia? I mean, I'm sure to some degree. They're already a bowl team, not necessarily great.
Do you have to? Are they a bowl team though? You're
They
wrong.
They're there.
in this
They're
game.
playing right now.
They are.
Like
This
we
is
are
a bowl
talking
game.
about it right now.
I have
This
just
is-
inquired to Jordan, our on-site correspondent at this bowl game, if he can find out what we need to do to get the scooting around flag that someone was waving in the end zone while West Virginia kicked the extra point, because I want that.
the Scooty flag.
It's important to me that we have a flag that has a smiley face on one side and says scooting around on the other side.
Scooty Puff McJr. Sucks. So, we have to upgrade to.
I wonder what have we asked Jordan what the attendance at this game is like?
It does not look.
It does not look good on
No.
TV.
I mean, West Virginia typically was one of those teams that like would punch way above their weight class in bowl games because we tend to travel extremely well to bowl games. So when I saw that they were putting this in like a 20-some thousand seat soccer stadium, I'm like, wow, typically that's not enough seats for us. And then the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, no, that's probably about right.
Yeah, I mean, 9:00 Eastern on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, this is like that week where not everybody's able to get the week off before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
So like you're still kind of tethered to your desk, and if you're there, it's hell because like there are things to get done, but they're like you're at like half staff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It's amazing that they both, like, West Virginia absolutely owns this time slot right now and is also in the witness protection program at the same time.
Listener, I am pleased to inform you that Arthur is showing us a Sonic the Hedgehog Topgolf t-shirt.
I just got an ad for Sonic 3 on the broadcast.
Yeah.
There's another one?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't enjoy
Hell yeah, there's
that
another
ad.
one.
All right.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Keanu
I
Reeves
was
is in it.
planning. Yeah, he's Shadow. I was planning on seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on Christmas. Like that was going to be my big Christmas thing.
Mhm.
But instead, I'm driving back to Detroit for the Game of a Sports Bowl. So I had to move my Christmas plans to Christmas Eve.
Maybe that's what I'll do on Christmas because I'm not doing anything.
I can strongly recommend going to the movies on Christmas as a person who is not Jewish but does have a small family, and so like you open presents and you have like a nice lunch, and then it's like, what do you do on
Yeah.
Christmas Day? Go to the movies.
I'm trying to
yeah.
imagine a world where opening presents takes less than 6 hours, and I'm really struggling to envision
In a
this.
world where presents are opened in less than 6 hours.
Beth, does your family like go around and everybody like you open one and everybody looks? Oh God!
And then you talk about your year on a camera
Oh
for like a
no.
video no one's ever going to watch.
Could
Yep.
you
Oh, my
imagine a
God.
white elephant at Beth's family? With all the stealing and everything?
We'd all still be there.
My God.
The worst Pollyanna. Because the worst part is like my dad would just be convinced that everything was good. Like all of the bad gifts, Dad would just be very excited about them. He wouldn't even know what they were. He would just be excited.
Oh yeah, I could find a use for that.
Yeah. Like, oh, I've always wanted one of those. Like, Dad, that's an Xbox. Like, yeah.
Oh wow,
Oh, man.
coal is really useful for heating your home.
Oh. Okay, so I'm trying to remember sometimes the movies which Pitt Girl mentioned that the movies that came out on Christmas Day or around Christmas Day that I went to see at the theater because my family would do the same thing. My one pick, I think I told you this probably last year, but my one pick that the one time that I got to pick the movie to do this and I don't exactly remember what year it was, but we were on Christmas vacation in Florida. I was able to pick Deuce Bigalow, American Gigolo, and
That's a choice.
I was banned from picking the movies ever since then.
As you should be.
And I still say it's worth it. My mom and my aunt were both dying laughing in the middle of the movie, and then they had to pretend that they didn't enjoy the movie, but I secretly knew they did, because I was like 2 rows behind them, and I can see them laughing. But there's some other ones that I've seen, like Sherlock Holmes. I saw that, the one with
we saw that.
yeah. Then there was Marley and Me. I saw with my aunt in Texas.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
And I was like, oh my god, like she was like, let's go see Marley and Me. I was like, I don't even know what this is about.
Cute
Oh,
puppy
no.
movie.
And then,
No.
and then she's like, oh, it's a movie with a puppy, and I'm like, okay. And then towards the end, I'm like, oh god, no,
This is why doesthedogdie.com exists.
yes.
I feel like it does exist for this movie.
Yes, because I think this is like the first, like one of the first holidays I just moved to San Antonio. So my aunt in San Antonio here, like this was like my first year, like I was away from home for Christmas, and she's like, yeah, let's go see Marley and Me, and I'm like, oh my god. And then so she was like just like devastated after the movie. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, the dog dies. Which I mean, I could see it coming. I'm like, oh god, like how's this? And, like I'm halfway through it, and I'm like, I realized like, oh no, the dog's gonna die.
Oh no. Oh god.
Like,
Oh,
So
no.
I've-
Oh no.
I was like, oh
this,
no.
This is based on a book, right?
Yeah,
Apparently,
I think so.
I think so.
Okay,
She
so
didn't
I've-
read it. I didn't know.
I've never read the book. I've never seen the movie. I don't know if I ever will.
Mm.
The
When
dog
you say
does
like
die
there's
though.
Mm-hmm.
when you say they're setting it up, like what is like does the dog have cancer? Like are there cars driving around? Like what's the
It's basically Dog Frogger.
It's
Chekhov's
Dogger.
asshole neighbor who drives around way too fast.
I mean, I don't know. Like maybe it's like they're I don't know. Like when you say they're setting it up, like what does that mean? Like because like you know, I don't know. When I think of dog dying movie, I think of John Wick.
No.
And that's a much different
That's
setup.
dog murder movie.
Yeah.
That dog
Think of Old
basically
Yeller.
gets fridged.
I'm gonna say this, like Marley and Me, like there's a part in the movie who the character in the movie is played that has a dog is Owen Wilson. So, really,
Does
it's
Owen
kind of
Wilson
like
die?
no,
Oh,
you just kind of realize like you see, like about halfway through the dog is normal age, and you're like, oh no, like this is going. It's gonna go.
Well, okay, so the dog just ages.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like
dog
it takes place
ages.
over time.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that is kind of sad, but it's like when you said like the dog dies, I was
No, it's
envisioning
not
something
like
far
Old
more
Yeller.
tragic.
You were imagining it was like Sophie's Choice and they had to choose between Owen Wilson and the dog.
I mean, I was trying to come up with scenarios where it would be like, like, oh, this dog is like maybe the dog is just like living large, right? Like
Oh my
the
god.
dog is
the
doing some
poster
crimes.
for this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It like the poster for the movie, it's just like you can't tell that the dog is gonna die. because
Yeah,
it's just so
I
The
feel
movie
that.
makes it look like a romantic comedy.
it's like a rom-com, right?
I mean, it has Owen Wilson in it. Like, when has he ever
Jennifer
been in a
Aniston. Yeah,
comedy that wasn't romantic?
I'm about to post it in the chat.
I did. There you
The
go.
tagline is I put it in the wrong channel, whatever. The tagline is this Christmas, heal the love.
Yes.
What's the least romantic Owen Wilson movie? Oh, it's probably Hall Pass.
I was gonna say it's not Night at the Museum.
It's Drobit Taylor.
Owen Wilson and the little Roman soldier are very clearly in love.
It's also not Zoolander.
Oh, of course it's not Zoolander.
So Alex Grinch got hired at UCF by Scott Frost.
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas movies.
Yes. Speaking of Christmas movies, that's a good tie-in, and that's what I was planning for. Perfect. So Alex Grinch gets hired as DC for UCF, and so now it's like you and I skeeted Frosty and the Grinch, and then Blue Sky decides to go with some Christmas themed things, and I wanted to read a few of them here and have everybody join here. So Roger Sherman, our friend, Also, I forgot, he's the official blimp correspondent of the Sickos Committee.
Mhm.
He says Scott Frost hiring Alex Grinch, Christmas Town ass football program. Who's your QB coach? Mason Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I think there was one that you replied to. Our friend Action Cookbook says if Auburn gives up on their head coach, they could get a real steal at OC. That's right, folks. All they want for Christmas is Hugh. All right, there's more. Alex Grinch, he'll make sure his linebackers are blitzing. There's more. Somebody said that Tiny Tim Tebow is going to get involved. But there's plenty more here. So it says, somebody says again, it's the Hallmark Channel as football program. I know, what somebody wants to know what's his buyout clause. And then our friends at Pregame Empire said that UCF is now known as the University of Christmas Football.
I look forward to the Hallmark movie theme night that they have next year.
Yeah, I know. Our correspondent is big on Hallmark movies.
I am.
I
Yeah.
just made that up, but okay.
I'll go with it.
You are now.
I am now. I have a massive backlog I need to catch up on then.
Oh yeah. Hey, if you catch up on your backlog soon enough, you can visit scenic East Coast and go to the Hallmark Movie Convention, which is somewhere in New Jersey.
Oh,
Yes.
There's a Hallmark movie convention.
There is. I have a actual job coworker who attends it.
Is it in pretty New Jersey or ugly New Jersey?
It's all the same to me, Beth.
I like how that started, like your New Jersey comment started a little New Jersey regionalism. Yeah.
Rich
Man.
Rod's out here texting.
Oh,
Getting some
is he on the
information.
field?
No, he's sitting on the he's up in the bleachers somewhere.
maybe
Okay.
he's responding to Jordan's tweet.
Oh,
Jordan wanted to meet him for a photo.
it's true.
I'm trying to I was like, I told Jordan, I was like, I got a selfie with Matt Rule. I'm like, I need you to get a selfie with Rich Rod. Like, this is your mission for the game.
I have 2 points of order. Christmas Con is in Edison, New Jersey.
Okay.
But also, Googling this gives you, where is the Hallmark Christmas experience in 2025? Cozumel, Mexico is a festive Caribbean paradise where turquoise waters and stunning coral reefs set the scene for a holiday escape. Dive into Christmas magic with snorkeling adventures, explore ancient Mayan ruins, or unwind on sandy beaches under the warm winter sun. There is a Hallmark Christmas cruise for those of you who are interested.
Where's it going?
Cozumel!
Okay.
I would expect the Hallmark destination location to just be in Canada somewhere, like where they actually film the movies.
Evidently not. So, mark your calendars now for early December next year.
I know they had a Hallmark experience just down in Kansas City a few weeks ago whenever the Chiefs movie came out. I missed it.
You missed. You have it on. You have it saved. You just haven't watched it yet, right?
Right. Well, and I missed the experience.
Oh.
Is what I'm saying.
Oh my god, not a big Hallmark
know.
movie fan.
I'm a fake fan.
Okay.
You haven't gotten Gazebo married.
No, you haven't done it. You're not the rich person that comes back for the holidays.
No.
No.
I am. I am definitely the yuppie boyfriend that gets left.
Okay.
If anything.
Are you the guy who stays in the small town and the girlfriend goes off to the city, but she comes back and you have some sort of tech bro job, but you dress like a lumberjack? Are you that guy?
I used to be.
I don't know. I feel like the reason I'm not Hallmark movie material is I'm on a business trip, right? Like I'm in a different town, but I'm sitting here in a hotel room recording this podcast. Like if I was getting out there, meeting people, Hallmark movie right there.
Having a snowball fight with the neighborhood kids.
Yes.
Show that you're dad material.
Mm-hmm.
It did snow here. I mentioned this on the Sunday pod. It snowed here. Not very much, like maybe 2 inches, but neighborhood kids are very enterprising. and they made a very large snowman in the park across the street. Obnoxiously Pit boyfriend has an honest to God corncob pipe for reasons, and he
I
did
have one
go
too.
out and give Frosty the pipe until he collapsed under his own weight because it's like 50 degrees today.
Yeah.
Jordan found the flag.
Yes! Wonderful.
He found the flag. Okay.
All right. So, in other
Ooh, there's a
news,
Scooter's jersey too.
ooh,
Yeah.
so many live updates on our extremely live podcast.
Wow.
Our
Uh,
livest podcast. I feel like going back to our idea about Hallmark movies. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is like our big elevator pitch idea.
Okay.
Nobody's remade Sleepless in Seattle.
Okay.
Do it with a podcast.
Ooh.
Radio ain't a thing no more,
Oh.
unless it's the Blitz. So either do Sleepless in Seattle, but everything happens on the Blitz, or make it a podcast.
Okay.
I like the idea of Sleepless in Seattle, but only on the college football blitz. Like somehow,
Yep.
Somehow.
I don't know what would have to happen, not just like in one game, but in various different college
Very
football games
sensual
across the
ad
country.
reads.
Like I guess it could be like Stephen Hartzell, but I mean I don't know. Maybe that's the only way that works.
Are the rest of you seeing this Pop-Tarts Bowl ad?
I am now.
I'm watching basketball.
I might see it in about 10 seconds.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I've
They
seen-
got the Pop-Tarts like running
Oh,
through
there it is.
tires and
Okay.
stuff.
Okay, now I'm seeing it.
Is that Scott Bakula?
Was it?
It
I mean,
kinda looks like
he
Scott
probably needs work. Anyway.
Witness the live toasting.
Mm-hmm.
Never change.
3 Pop-Tarts
bowl.
enter, 2 Pop-Tarts leave.
Yes.
And the ones who leave are the sad ones.
Yeah. In additional coaching news, Norfolk State has hired Michael Vick.
I mean,
Okay.
he's from there.
I mean, he's from the I think he's from Newport News area.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's kind of a fit. I know he was rumored to go to Sac State or Norfolk State, which I feel like he's from Newport News, and Norfolk State's right there. The MEAC is incredibly difficult. It is a small conference, only 6 teams. You play a lot of your stuff out of conference.
His only coaching experience was he spent 1 year as an advisor to the Atlanta Legends in the AAF.
The AAF. That's right. The Orlando Apollos won that one. Coached by Steve Spurrier.
Did we just get further points?
You did just get further points
Hey,
Further points.
and many yards.
many
Like so
yards.
many.
That's a lot of yards.
It's
Okay,
so
You
West
might
many
have
yards.
tripled your yards.
West Virginia is waking up as soon as we started podcasting. They had not scored any points until we started podcasting.
Can
And
we
now they
also
have-
can you spare a thought, please, for Puddles, who is 2 floors below me right now, fighting the fact that we discovered when we turned it on this evening that the television is in its death throes?
Oh
no.
no. I
It-
imagine also that it is past Puddles' bedtime.
I mean,
It
it very much is, but
the TV is going to die an admirable death watching the Scooter's Coffee Bowl
yeah,
on Tuesday.
it's flickering like crazy downstairs.
Oh no.
It's like a horror movie,
Yeah, it is.
and all you can see is the Scooter's Coffee Bowl.
The West Virginia secondary is nothing if not a horror film.
I mean, that's great. Good. Back to Vic, but this is his. No, we got the Puddles up. Where I feel like this is kind of a good start. It's FCS. It's not necessarily a high pressure job, and Norfolk State's been down for a long time. So if there is, he should get some time to try to build it a little bit. He's actually hiring some folks from the Virginia Tech staff already. Fun stuff there is that somebody with the last name of Vick is leaving the Virginia Tech staff to come join his staff in Norfolk State. So I'm curious to see how it'll work. I know Norfolk State's got a great area that supports the team a lot, and they're desperate for improvement. So They're taking a swing here. Will it work out? I don't know. Are we going to watch and try to figure out? Yes.
We'll have to ask Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to
Yes.
get Blue's opinion. I wanted to ping him, but at his real job, our HBCU correspondent and Norfolk State alum.
Behold the green and gold. I have to say
Behold
it.
the
Yes.
green and gold. You got to say that. It's mandatory.
We are being hold.
He
Yes.
has to lock his phone away
Mhm.
for the entire shift, due to his very important job.
That was
And
the longest rushing touchdown by any West Virginia player this season.
Garrett Green, rushing
Garrett
God.
Green,
Yeah,
Dual
he saw a
threat
lot
Garrett
of green
Green.
there.
he did.
In additional coaching news, Wake Forest head coach Dave Clawson is stepping down. I was very surprised to learn this
Me too.
because not like Wake had a great season this year, but also they're Wake, and he is probably the best Wake head coach of all time.
Well, and he's still staying with the university too.
Yes.
Well, I think how it went down probably was, he was the season ended, and then it's sort of like, is he going to come back? 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 And then he hits him with the, stepping down from the head coaching position.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, Wake. I'm curious to see what they do at head coach, because they had some sort of weird offense. They had the slow mesh, which
Yes.
rest in peace, slow mesh. We will miss you. And the last time we talked about the slow mesh, Andy was on the podcast, and I discussed what I wanted for dinner
I
with
am
my
the slow
wife.
mesh correspondent.
That's right. You're a slow mesh corn. Is there I don't know, slow cooking corn,
Deep fried mesh.
deep fried mesh? That's right. I don't know. But him taking an administrative role. How old do you think Dave Clawson is?
Like late,
60.
yeah,
Somewhere
late
between
50s.
40 and death.
I was going to say 64.
All right, 57.
Okay, late 50s.
Okay.
Okay, so he's not necessarily retiring age, but taking an administrative position, that's good. He's got a lot of accomplishments as a head coach. He won this is funny. You can see all the conference titles that he won. He won one of so many different things. He won one of the Patriot League, one of the Atlantic 10, one of the Coastal Athletic Association, one MAC title, and one ACC Atlantic Division title. Which Pitt
God,
beat
that's a
him.
hell of an infinity gauntlet.
It's just you can't even man, the A10 doesn't have football anymore. He won it with Richmond. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Is Dave Clawson setting himself to Barry Alvarez, Wake Forest? Is that what this is?
I can see it.
It's just
I can
he'll
see
just
that.
come back and coach a bowl game every once in a while.
He is the perpetual interim coach.
Yes, eternal
Interim coach
interim
in
coach,
waiting.
Dave Clawson.
Coach emeritus.
Done. 57, you could do that.
Mhm.
If they need you when he's 60, he can just step right in.
Mhm.
Whoever they hire, it's great. So he went to he was a defensive back at Williams football.
Oh, okay.
Is it the Fs or the Efs?
I think it's the Fs. EPH.
Fs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
It's
a
just
fancy New England private school, folks.
it is. He was a cornerback for them. In
They
Division
give
3,
several Fs.
they do. But I don't even know what is it? Is it just the Fs? Is it short for something?
It gets the people going.
It does.
It's provocative.
Nobody
is.
knows what it means.
It's in Massachusetts, so
I
I'm sure they
guarantee
say
you
a
there's
bunch.
half a dozen secret societies about what it means.
William.
Their
Yeah.
mascot's a cow.
Okay.
Okay.
It's an effer.
Yeah.
an
The Williams.
effort.
The Williams Fs.
Fs.
Maybe it
Efs,
is
Fs.
Efs.
Eeps.
Are the varsity intercollegiate athletic program. Blah 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 blah. History, teams, traditions. The mascot is a purple cow.
Okay.
The origin of the college's mascot, the purple cow, is believed to be the following 1895 by Frank Gillette Bergdon.
God damn it.
I never
Oh.
saw a purple cow. I never hope to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one.
Okay, so according to their website, the school's athletic teams are called the EAFs, rhymes with
Eef.
Chiefs.
Okay.
Chiefs.
It is a shortening of the first name of the founder, Ephraim Williams.
Okay.
Or I guess Ephraim Williams?
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. They're in the Berkshires. Okay.
Chief Eef is a thing that lives in my head now.
Chief Eef. Cousin of Chief Keef.
I was going to say, what rap album is he
Williams College rapper.
William College rapper.
Chief Eef.
From Pittsfield, Massachusetts.
All right. Additional coaching news. Sam Houston is set to hire former offensive coordinator Phil Longo as their next head coach.
He just got fired from Wisconsin, right?
Yes, he did do that, I believe. Yes.
I mean, whomst among us has not been fired from Wisconsin?
Not it.
Nose goes.
Not it yet.
I mean, I'm looking at Phil Longo's career. Oh my God.
I mean, I will say, Wisconsin, if you would like to hire and then fire me, my buyout is probably smaller than most of the other people that you have fired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay.
Not me. I got a big buyout.
Let's just list the.
He's got a big buyout, so I call him Big Buyout.
Oh. Oh my God. What's his buyout clause? All right.
Oh God. I forgot how dorky Memphis's mascot is.
Yeah, it is.
And they're showing him.
I'm gonna say this. He was an OC at Sam Houston State from 2014 to 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So when they were FCS, and then he got hired as the OC QB coach at Ole Miss. Then he was the OC QB coach at North Carolina. Then he did the OC QB coach thing at Wisconsin. Then he got fired. So he's kind of coming back home. But I just want to give you his career before this. Like, he played at East Stroudsburg and then Rowan University.
PSAC mentioned.
That's right.
Yep.
He was a head coach at Parsippany Hills High in New Jersey. Then he was at William Patterson LaSalle as the head coach there at LaSalle, Minnesota Duluth, Southern Illinois, Youngstown State, Slippery Rock.
PSAC mentioned.
That's right, back as a wide receiver coach, then OC quarterbacks coach. Then he went from the Rock to Sam Houston State. So the giant rock statue there. So yeah, I guess he's coming back home as an OC, which I don't know, like, his OC style didn't work in Wisconsin. So, I mean, I hope it works in Conference USA.
I think it probably will work better in Conference USA. I don't know. Speedy Wisconsin feels weird and bad. And it's not that the offense itself is weird or bad. It's that it does not belong in the upper Midwest.
Speedy Wisconsin sounds like a gold rush era disease you could die of.
The only time cheese should move that fast is when it's going down a hill.
It's true. It's true. Only when it is rolling down a hill.
That's correct.
So, Clemson.
Oh, yeah. Clemson learned how to transfer portal.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't know they were allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Dabo's evolving.
Yeah. Apparently, some Clemson fans were saying
Dabo's out there proselytizing and converting.
Doing it. You know.
Dabo has finally learned to evangelize properly.
Dabo's not allowed to evolve. His pastor will hear about it.
You know who else learned about transformation? No, I'm just.
Do you think Dabo goes into recruits' houses and turns a dining room chair around backwards before he talks to the family?
Yes.
I want to believe that now very badly.
I want to believe.
Youth Pastor Dabo.
I feel like
he has
them like
scouts. Do they have a guitar in their corner?
They're taking visits now. Like, they didn't take any transfers last year, but they're like taking visits now. They've had like 2 transfers, according to some Clemson fans that I follow personally and know the team much better than I do. They said they've taken 2 before, but like it had been a while since they used it again. So this is kind of like big news. And I mean, they're taking some visits, which is, I don't know. I made the joke about like, Dabo's learned how to portal from like Happy Gilmore. So I don't know. It may work out.
Now Dabo's thinking with portals.
Oh,
The cake is a lie.
It is.
is it cake?
It is not,
Okay.
as a matter of fact. So, should we put the ad read here? I feel like maybe the ad read should go here.
Yeah.
Great segue to an ad read.
I'm going to put the ad read here. This is where the vibes go. So, ad read. We got to do the podcast business. First up and foremost, we are still running food drive for our friends at Second Harvest Big Bend, serving Greater Tallahassee. Jordan has made a fantastic little mountain climber graphic for us again this year. This one's kind of ominous because it's in the Florida State colors, and the mountain climber is a spear.
Yeah.
But it's super awesome. We are currently at $3,303 as of time of recording. So, which is super awesome. That is about a third of the way to our goal of $10,000. And we are open through the end of the year. So, like, I think we can probably do a little bit better than that for our friends in Tallahassee. Additionally, check out our link tree. We got links for you if you want coffee or various other things. There are links there. Go click them. You can buy things, and they help us do stuff like go to bowl games, which is fun and cool. Additionally, if you want to help us go to bowl games or whatever, and hang out with us a little bit, you can join our Patreon. You get to hang out with us in the Discord if you do that. You get the Substack if you do that. And the Substack, in addition to Commish's fantastic statistical analysis, you also get paywall podcasts. We got we got all these good things for you.
We do. We have a lot of paywall podcasts. I think we're approaching 40 paywall podcasts.
So many.
I love when, we did drop this one on the actual main timeline last year. But I love when Beth and I devolved into madness going over the 77 punt game.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
We recorded that at like 2 a.m. Eastern.
It was so late. And it was like 45 minutes. It's on the main feed, but it's behind the Patreon wall too. But we got the Prairie View Chronicles, which I did a 7 podcast series with Blue, who we talked about earlier, the Norfolk State alum, about the losing streak of Prairie View, which I'm probably going to do another one in the offseason. There's a couple of big losing streaks I would like to talk about. One involves Northwestern, and the other one involves Columbia, the Lions, who the record that Prairie View broke, Columbia. So I got a couple, and I'm going to see if I can prepare some of those. Those are coming up, and they'll probably be Patreon-only podcasts in the offseason.
Fantastic. While we're plugging things, also go listen to Blue's podcast, Feed Your Mascot. Friends of the show who have their own show.
Blue and Jeff.
Yes.
It's Jeff with a G-E-O.
Yes.
Geoff.
Yes. Very important.
Yes. You got to say that correctly.
Yeah, so do that. We also have merch, and the merch is on sale again. We're doing a little bit of a late. If you are late on your Christmas shopping, you can do the thing that sometimes folks do, where you're like, I ordered it and it's coming, but it isn't here yet, so I'm going to print off a picture and wrap it and put it in the box. You can do that, and you can do it for 31% off with code It's Been Busy on our merch store. We got so many things. We got all the stuff.
We do have a lot of things, and anything you buy from the Sickos, like with the Sickos logo or the character itself, the artist of the cartoon, Stan Kelly / Ward, who is the actual person that draws as Stan Kelly. Basically, they get the majority of the profits for those items. Anything that we make our own, it's our own logo. It doesn't involve the Sickos. That's all for us. But yeah, we appreciate him. Licensing the character, drawing and designing our logo that we paid for, and we do give him the majority of the profits on those. So you don't have to worry about any bootleg Sickos character merchandise. This is all legit, folks.
Only fine, bespoke, thoughtfully crafted merch and memes and podcasts from us here at the Sickos Committee.
That's right.
We also, if you are looking for more fine, bespoke content from your friendly neighborhood Sickos, We have a YouTube. We have an Instagram. We have a Twitch that we use sometimes. We have the Substack. I already talked about that. You can find us all these places. So go do that. Go click the buttons and say that you like us and follow us in places and do all that good stuff. Also, go check out our friends at Message Board Geniuses. There's probably going to be some good stuff this weekend. So, stay tuned for things on Message Board Geniuses.
Oh,
on
God.
Why, is there
Saturday.
something important this weekend?
I mean, there could be.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I guess.
You could think so.
Also, last but certainly not least, are one of our most favorite sponsors, Home Field Apparel. Certainly our softest and comfiest sponsor, Home Field Apparel. Click our link and we get a little bit of money if you do that when you are shopping at Home Field.
T-shirt check.
Oh, t-shirt check. We got Arkansas. We got New Mexico State. We got I'm falling down on the job tonight. I'm wearing a shirt for a different podcast. Shout out to Trash Future.
Oh my God.
No. I know. I'm a traitor.
Oh, it's okay. I don't care.
So you can do that.
Video.
If you are listening to us and somehow you have not yet ordered from Home Field, you can use discount code YES. Yes, that's 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. I think we also still have some stuff in the hat showcase. So if you are looking for hats at a discount, you can use code YES yes for things in the hat showcase, and you can find that at our link in our bio in our link tree.
Did you know that you can make your life-saving donation to Doctors Without Borders go even further? Whether you donate stock, recommend a grant through your donor-advised fund, or make an IRA-qualified charitable distribution, you can take advantage of strong market performance this year to maximize your charitable impact, making it possible for Doctors Without Borders to stay ready to respond in more than 70 countries around the world. Together, we go further. Explore ways to give at doctorswithoutborders.org/podcast.
With Credit Karma, finding the right credit card for you is easy. Our app analyzes user profiles to suggest personalized recommendations. Visit creditkarma.com today to explore cards tailored to your needs. Credit Karma, simplifying your financial choices.
Forget one-size-fits-all diets. With Noom, you get a personalized weight loss plan that's tailored to your lifestyle. Have cravings? Food FOMO? Noom can help you lose weight while still enjoying your favorite foods. Noom's users love the flexible approach, blending psychology and biology to help you lose weight in a way that's sustainable for you. Plus, you can rest assured Noom's approach is grounded in science. They've published more than 30 peer-reviewed scientific articles describing their methods and effectiveness. Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com.
So, with that, we'll get back into it. It's playoff time.
It is.
It's playoff time. We got things. Playoffs. So starting with a big one.
Sickos Committee podcast, noted playoffs podcast.
Playoff honks. Sickos Committee.
Mm-hmm.
You kidding me?
So 11 a.m. Saturday on ABC. We've got a big one. South Dakota State at North Dakota State.
Ooh.
Well, you kind of went a little Midwest there. A little bit of North Dakota.
There was a little Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
for authenticity.
It's a playoff version of the Dakota marker.
The Dakota marker.
Does
the trophy get exchanged in this game too?
No.
No.
Okay.
I think it's regular season only because I remember they played for the championship and we asked that question a couple of years ago and it was no. Yes. And I think that Dakota marker is like 76.5 pounds.
I had my brother-in-law convinced that in addition to getting the state marker, they also got 1 mile of territory of the other state.
Ooh.
Does that grow exponentially? It's like South Dakota could start to get bigger.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this.
I like that idea. They moved the border 1 mile up.
Yeah, or down.
Ooh. Or
it's like
down.
the game that you play, with the hooks and the shot.
Yeah, and the drinks. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That should happen. We need that to happen.
That's the ultimate college football imperialism.
Yes.
I'm just going to
South
drop that into our
Dakota's
brainstorming channel.
Yeah, South Dakota's unstoppable march north.
Yeah, there's if you won a couple of years in a row, like, some cities on the border are now, they have to change their postal address. This would be such a pain. I like this. I'm all for this.
I like it. And eventually, if you get a long enough winning streak, eventually it just becomes Dakota.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
only the one.
one team.
All is Dakota.
One team again. This one is going to be very, very good. I mean, I can't even describe it because it's South Dakota State lost to North Dakota earlier this year, and
North Dakota State.
North Dakota
Yes?
State, yes. Sorry,
Okay.
North Dakota State. I don't know if I said states, and I'm gonna apologize because I mistakenly said Nevada last time on one of our videos, and it was supposed to be New Mexico, not Nevada, even though they both
Well,
have similar.
it should be Nevada.
Nevada. All right.
Nevada.
Look, it is
Nevada.
canonical
Nevada.
that on this podcast, none of us can read. Jordan can read the least, but none of us can read,
None of us can read.
to be clear.
So this one, it's going to be close. It's going to be in the Fargo Dome. This is going to be. I feel like this is going to hinge on somebody making a mistake. There's going to be a late, costly mistake. I don't know who makes it. Is this the game where, the heart of the back-to-back champions shows? Is this the game where your rival ends your chance at a three-peat? Is this what it is? Like, I mean, this is going to be insane. If you want to look at the StubHub for the resale value for these tickets, you can't because it's totally sold out and nobody's selling their tickets, I think. So yeah, if you want to see something like that, like they were sold out earlier this week. Maybe they got some on the maybe they got some on the market now. But like, yeah, I don't think anybody's giving this up. I do like the fact that this is going to be in a dome. So you're going to get like high quality FCS football here. You're not going to have to worry about crazy weather, even though I enjoyed the crazy weather, but we'll get that in the other game. And I'm a big fan of this game. I'm really excited for this one, and this is going to be the 2 versus 3 for a trip to Frisco on the line where Jordan's at right now.
Does Commish have a prediction for us?
Not on this one, no. I can't.
I have good news. If you are in the vicinity of Fargo,
Yeah.
on SeatGeek,
Okay.
tickets start at $46. There are not very many, but you can a few seats can be had for as low as $46 plus fees. Most of them cost more than that, though.
Game Time has the lowest at $64.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They got to be the obstructed view Fargo Dome seats that our friend CFP Campus Store probably found.
Who is also at the Frisco at the Frisco Bowl tonight.
Right. That's right.
So hi CFP Campus Tour.
All the cool kids at the Frisco Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody at the Frisco Bowl drinking coffee.
That's right. I'm drinking coffee liqueur.
There you go.
I feel like it's kind of late for a coffee bowl. Like this should be an 11 a.m.
There's
game.
decaf.
I guess. I don't know. I had an espresso martini today, so I'm like wound up,
Yeah.
Fired up.
At 2:30 on Saturday, we have more Dakota for you. We've got South Dakota at Montana State. That one's on ESPN Plus, which is a little bit of a bummer.
More playoffs. Yeah, as I mentioned on the previous podcast, South Dakota, the Coyotes, have not played outdoors since October 26th.
They're an inside pet.
They are an inside coyote.
If you're cold, they're cold.
If you're
bring
cold,
them inside.
Bring them inside. You bring in your coyotes inside. South Dakota.
Checking the weather in Bozeman. Continue.
It is I think South Dakota's in Vermilion, South Dakota, even though I want to say it in Cajun, Vermilion. But Bozeman is going to be rocking. I think the weather's supposed to be nice.
It is. Weekend. I just checked 47 and partly cloudy, which is delightful for nice. December in Bozeman, Montana.
That is like really delightful weather.
Downright balmy.
It is. I mean, maybe South Dakota, the Yotes, can hang a little bit, but if they turn the ball over like they did against UC Davis, who decided to give it back to them more, they're going to pay. I'll just say that. Montana State will make you pay if you give them the ball when you're not supposed to. And they'll probably make you pay even when you give them the ball. So, I mean, I kind of feel like this is Montana State. They are the Help Me Big Sky Conference. You're my only hope. The rest are Missouri Valley Conference. So it's either the Dakotas or Montana here. So kind of rooting for, Big Sky Bridget, member of the committee, to get on down to Frisco. They have not won a national title since 1984. We could actually put that calendar in there again. That calendar beam that says what year is this? 1984.
Oh, yeah.
And if Montana State wins, the national championship, long way to go. I know they'll be up for this game. Montana State is going to be hyped. Their QB Tommy Malott is good. Just South Dakota, don't make mistakes. If you're going to make mistakes, you're going to pay for them. And if you want to pull an upset in the FCS playoffs, which we haven't had one yet,
this is where we'd put our FCS playoffs upset. If we had one.
If we had one, we didn't have any. But I like if like South Dakota State upsets North Dakota State. It's technically an upset because it's a 2 versus 3. But I don't know. This one's going to be fun for me. I'm really going to enjoy this one. 2:30, ESPN Plus. There will be a good little gap in between the main playoff games, but this will be a good one to watch.
We've got a championship game on Saturday.
We do?
Woo.
Championships.
What?
1 p.m. on
Wow.
ESPN2. We got the D2 championship. Ferris State at Valdosta State.
Ooh.
Mm.
The Bulldogs. They've played a couple of times, 3 out of the last 7 years in the title game. So this is like Georgia versus Michigan, but like D2 style. And so this is going to be interesting. This is in McKinney, which is basically Jordan's backyard. He's going to be there for this game. He was there last year when Ferris State took on Colorado School of Mines. It didn't go well for Colorado School of Mines. Ferris State was all over them quickly, and they couldn't stop them.
They had their dynamites checked at the border. It's not their fault.
I know. I can't believe the Texas folks didn't allow them to bring in dynamite into Texas, but it's poor Colorado State. Colorado School of Mines last year.
They're worried about invasive dynamite species. You got to buy local.
That's right. So really, I think this is going to be a great one. Valdosta kind of handled business against Minnesota State last week. Ferris had to have a big comeback over Slippery Rock, and they needed some defensive stops. So I don't know what to expect in this game, but I'm going to enjoy watching every single bit of it.
In D3, we have not yet reached the playoffs. We've got 2, both at noon, both on ESPN Plus. So you can quad box it up if you want to on Saturday. We've got Johns Hopkins at Mount Union and Susquehanna at North Central. I am a little bit sad that the Susquehanna game is not here in scenic central Pennsylvania because I would go, but it's in Illinois. Somewhere not convenient to hear.
So. Not convenient. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Susquehanna at North Central. North Central is like the overwhelming like D3 powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
They lost in the title game last year against Cortland. Cortland's already been eliminated. I don't know if Susquehanna's got enough for North Central.
I mean, they can pull out whatever they pulled out at the end of the game last weekend.
Yeah, against Bethel, but Bethel is not quality and undefeated like North Central. I'm kind of seeing a North Central Mount Union title game here.
I don't know. I believe in the power of some bullshit.
You believe in the power of the Riverhawks?
I believe in the power of some central Pennsylvania bullshit specifically.
This is true.
Okay. You're full. You love that stuff.
Yes. Okay. We run on it.
We're very good at it.
They are sus.
Yeah,
Cohena.
New
But
England
yes,
runs on Duncan, and Central
exactly.
PA runs on bullshit. You heard it here
Perfect.
first.
Go Riverhawks. I actually searched for Susquehanna when I was trying to get the video for the one tweet for the thing, and then I remembered Susquehanna won a game 6-5 a couple years ago.
Yes,
That is some PA bullshit.
it is.
That is some Central PA bullshit. So they maybe need to pull some on North Central. They're gonna need a lot in this game.
Okay. Do we have anything to say about Johns Hopkins at Mount Union, or is this sort of a go with God kind of situation for our friends, the Blue Jays?
Johns Hopkins has a solid defense. Their offense is not that great. And they play relatively low scoring games. Mount Union is a power. Is a D3 power. They're on the road at Mount Union. I don't know, man. If this was in lacrosse, I'd have Johns Hopkins for sure. In D3 semifinal football, Johns Hopkins is going to need an upset here. Will it happen? It'd be cool. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not.
This is where we'd put our D3 upset
If we had
we
one.
had one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to do a brief, just a schedule overview for you. These are games that we have all already previewed, though, of course, if anyone has any additional thoughts, I'm happy to include them. Just let me know. But no, for the rest of the schedule for this week. And again, we are recording Tuesday, December 17th. So some of these games will have already occurred by the time that you hear me tell you this.
Yeah.
But Wednesday, December 18th, we've got the Boca Raton Bowl. That's JMU versus Western Kentucky. That is at 4:30 Central on ESPN. And then we've got the LA Bowl. That's Cal versus UNLV at 8 o'clock Central on ESPN. On Thursday, the day this podcast comes out, we've got the New Orleans Bowl. That is Georgia Southern versus Sam Houston, 6 p.m. ESPN2. And Commish's dad is going to go to the game.
He's been texting me about it. He's been really excited. I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to send you text. I'm going to send you a report back. So he's excited for it. I can't wait to read dad texts from the New Orleans Bowl.
Text from Commish's dad is one of my
yes.
favorite infrequently recurring bits on this podcast.
So basically he said, so I'll be at the New Orleans Bowl if you need a report. I was like, we will take it in the form of texts, then use them on the podcast. And he just goes, okay, got it.
We love a live correspondent.
We do.
That's it.
We do.
So, my Commish's father is going to be live from the Louisiana Superdome for Sam Houston and Georgia Southern. My step family, there's one at Sam Houston and currently in school right now. So,
Awesome.
so they had a bus with tickets from Sam Houston. You get a ticket and a bus ride from, the school to New Orleans. So you could and it's sold out. So Sam Houston, they're ready to support their team in the Superdome. It'd be a lot of orange, I think.
Okay. On Friday, December 20th, we've got a whole spread of bowl games. We got the Cure Bowl, Jacksonville State versus Ohio. That's at 11 a.m. Central on ESPN. The Gasparilla. Go ahead.
That's an interim coach bowl now.
So it is.
Yeah, they both won conference titles, and both of their coaches are gone.
What is the over/under on times they play Friday I'm in Love during the Cure Bowl?
Oh, God.
Is it on Friday?
It is on
Friday.
Oh, my God.
I know it's a different Cure, but what's the over/under on times they play it?
I'm going to set that at 1.5. I feel like it's something they should do, but they won't.
Okay.
Punting, I don't care about you.
It's Friday. We're at the Cure Bowl.
That's right.
We've also got the Gasparilla Bowl at 2:30.
I'm going to need you to lean more into that list.
Come on, do it.
Please.
Let's go.
Gasparilla.
There you go. In Ibiza, the Ibiza of Florida, Tampa.
Yeah, so that's Florida versus Tulane. That's going to be fun, I think, actually.
I think so. I think it's going to be a good one. This is going to be, I feel like there's a good propensity of just a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not anything off the rails, but
just
a surprisingly good banger here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could get some high quality scoring. I'm hoping Tulane's backup quarterback, Ty Thompson, is good. I hope everybody's healthy. I don't know how many people entered the portal for Florida or for Tulane. Both coaches are there. Both coaches are going to be back next year. So this is kind of a thing where you kind of can't take these bowl games for granted. When you got both coaches, you can't do it.
And for the nightcap on Friday the 20th, we've got our first college football playoff first round game ever.
Playoff.
Indiana at Notre Dame at 7 p.m. on ABC.
When they first realized that they were going to be doing the playoffs this way, I'm sure that this was the matchup that they envisioned.
This is the one that we all envisioned. I can't imagine a playoff without Indiana.
It's weird that Notre Dame's there, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Saturday, December 21st, we got more playoff coming at you. SMU at Penn State at noon Eastern. That's 11 a.m. God's time on TNT. It's still weird to me that these are on TNT. Like, what is even on ESPN in this time slot? But okay.
FCS and D2 and D3 football.
Oh my God! So the playoffs have basically knocked the playoffs
out. Yeah.
Off of ESPN.
Linear time was a mistake, folks.
They have literally punted the FBS games.
TNT,
yeah. A channel that I normally only watch during March Madness. So SMU... So
I'm hearing that the Inside and the NBA crew is who's going to be calling the Penn State game, and I'm here for it.
That is not true. It's just ESPN crews.
Can I make it true just through sheer force of will?
We are manifesting Charles Barkley.
I would like to see you try. I do, by the way, have an NBA update.
Yes, please.
Breaking news. The Milwaukee Bucks have won the Emirates NBA Cup.
Wow.
The trophy is currently being wheeled out onto the court by Emirates flight attendants like it's a drink cart.
Perfect.
A couple notes here. The Milwaukee Bucks, they go 7-0 in NBA Cup games to win it. They are 8-11 this year in games that do not count towards the NBA Cup. This is also where Darvin Ham, he is an assistant coach on the Bucks. He was the Lakers head coach last year when they won, and then fired him.
Back-to-back
So
champs.
Darvin Ham now, back-to-back, all he does is Darvin Ham has never lost an NBA. There's never been an NBA Cup that Darvin Ham hasn't won. And then Doc Rivers, of course, can see if he can follow in Darvin Ham's footsteps of winning an NBA Cup and then getting fired.
The Ham dynasty.
But yeah, back to this broadcast. It's going to be the regular ESPN crews. They're just sub-licensing these games to TNT. So ESPN is going to be able to get Inside the NBA starting next season. The trade is that TNT is getting these games, but they're still going to be broadcast by the ESPN crews the same way that the TNT crew is still going to do Inside the NBA.
Okay. All right. So SMU at Penn State on TNT. That's your noon game. And then 3 o'clock Central, so 4 o'clock Eastern.
Hey, Chuck. Who's the Clemson head coach? Dabo swing. Everybody starts laughing.
So, Clemson at Texas.
Dabo.
That's also on TNT.
He'd call him Dabo, for real. He would. Chuck would call him Dabo Swinney.
Now we need to get a bowl game in Galveston so we can send Chuck there.
That's right. Dirty water.
Don't
send Chuck to the Alamo Bowl. We don't need that.
And then our night playoff game, that is Tennessee at Ohio State, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. That one's on ABC. Yeah, man, 8 p.m. kick in Columbus on December 20th. Yep. What a vibe.
The Everybody's Mad Bowl.
But Ohio State finally gets their night game.
Hooray!
Hooray!
They finally get their night game.
Yeah. With that, we are going to jump forward in time and return to what we all thrive on having the opportunity to do here during this bowl season and do bowl previews. But before we do that, I'm going to be distracted by the fact that there is a super slow-mo review occurring right now.
Yeah.
as it appears that Memphis may have fumbled or incompleted.
Are they in the second half yet?
They
Hard to
are.
say.
Okay, all right.
They are, in fact, in the second half. We just ever so just barely. Yes.
Okay. The beginning of the second half. Okay.
I love that Pitt Girl's ahead of me, so then when she reacts, I know to go look.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta look
Something
now.
weird.
I have foresight. I can see into the future. This is why I think linear time is a mistake, actually.
That's all right. She's done. So we're gonna preview some bowl games.
Mhm.
This section that we have, which we just talked about, what's gonna happen this weekend. But linear time is a mistake, and then we got holidays. So we gotta like record in weird situations here. We're gonna go through the Liberty Bowl 12/27 all the way through the Independence Bowl of 12/28.
From
So we're gonna-
Liberty to Independence.
Yeah.
from Liberty to Independence.
That takes 2 whole days.
It does take 2 whole days. That's how long the War for Independence took place. So
That sounds right.
I mean,
Yep.
that's how
Yep.
long it took.
All concepts of linear time say yes.
That's right. That's how much time we spent on in history class. So Liberty, the Liberty Bowl. It's Arkansas versus Texas Tech, which this feels high chaos.
Yeah.
This feels like really high chaos. Like, I don't even know. Like both coaches are back. So let's see here. It says the bowl game is now moved to the infield of the closest NASCAR track to the stadium.
The Liberty
So what is
Bowl
this?
is
The
in,
Liberty Bowl is
yeah,
in
Liberty
Memphis.
Bowl is in Memphis.
Yeah.
Is it
So
Bristol?
this is probably Nashville is definitely closer.
Oh,
Nashville
okay.
Super Speedway is now a NASCAR track. They've been off it for a couple of years, but they've been back the last couple of years. That was a great race this year in the Cup Series with Joey Logano. Only reason he was even in the playoffs to then win the NASCAR Cup Series championship
Playoffs.
is because everyone in front of him ran out of fuel and he didn't. So, I mean, Nashville is, probably like that's a fun time. It's a different time than Memphis. There's already a bowl game in Nashville, but sure.
Okay.
Can we resurrect Memphis International Raceway,
Sure.
which has only been defunct for like 4 years?
I'm
Can hold
down.
it there.
I'm
Can
down.
you think we can fit a bowl game inside Nashville Super Speedway? You think we can have a?
I mean, if you can fit a field inside. I mean, they're like, are you saying there's just going to be like buildings and stuff in the way?
No. Let's just say you can pave the whole thing over with turf.
Yeah, it's absolutely big enough. It's
Okay,
more than Bristol's only like a half mile track, and you can easily fit a foot. Like it's much bigger than a football field.
Yes.
Okay.
So the Nashville is more than twice as big as Bristol in terms of like the length of a lap.
Yes, there is plenty of space in the infield.
Okay.
The only track that NASCAR races at that like you might not be able to put a football field in is Martinsville, but even then you should be able to, because the smallest track that NASCAR races at or will be racing at this next season straight up does have a football field in the middle. So
Are there
anything's
any
possible.
tracks that are large enough that you could put multiple football fields in the middle?
Oh, yes.
Because I would very
yes.
much like to unlock the multi-ball version of bowl
Multi-
games, whatever that is.
Multiple.
Oh, yes, there are many. You could fit many football fields in the infield at Daytona, for example, should you want to, because that track
Well,
is 2.5 miles
Daytona-
long.
Yeah, Daytona has the lake. Like your best bet is going to be Talladega.
Yeah. Okay. Pocono also. You could do football at Pocono. You put different ones in each corner.
How many could you put in?
Pocono is also 2.5 miles and it's triangular.
Ooh,
We should go sometime.
we should.
I would like to posit also. So Andy does football game food mashups, and I would like to propose
Yes.
that this one is pretty good because you can make a pork burrito.
Mhm.
It'll be perfect. This one's like low effort and delicious.
Tortillas.
Or you could do Memphis style pork ribs, pull them off the bone, and put that into a burrito. Then you
Oh.
got the Memphis aspect too.
There you
There you
go.
go. Perfect. All right. What we got next?
We got the Holiday Bowl next.
Holiday Bowl.
Oh,
We gotta sing.
Holiday Bowl.
I still can't believe how short that song is in real life.
oh, it's so short.
It's very
It is
short.
so short.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I didn't know that was a real song until there was a Coke commercial this year.
You thought the full cast made it up?
Well, I didn't know. I just thought it was some little
Never saw
bit that they'd
Vacation?
made up.
You never saw Christmas Vacation?
I mean, I've probably I've seen that, but like it wasn't memorable enough to me. You know, like I don't know.
All right. Let's see what the wheel brings.
Well, we haven't even previewed which teams are in this game.
You can
This
tell her.
game
You can
is
say-
on 12/27. It's Syracuse versus Wazoo at 7 p.m. on Fox.
Perfect.
This is hilarious because this is gonna piss off Wazoo. We got the one that says we moved this bowl game 2 states north to the largest city in that state.
Ah, yeah, congratulations. You are in Seattle.
You're in Seattle, Wazoo.
Oh no!
And Syracuse, like you're still like in the ACC going to see like Stanford. It's probably a shorter flight for you, Syracuse. Maybe, I don't know.
I think at that point it's kind of a wash.
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle podcast with Fran Brown.
Syracuse
Showerless
in Seattle.
Showerless in Seattle. Oh, hopefully he gets washed after this one.
When
I don't know.
washed.
Wazoo their QB did go to the portal. So John the engineer Mateer, we have no idea where he's going. We wanted him to lean in.
Is that his real nickname, or are you pulling a Gus Johnson?
So
No.
we called him John the engineer Mateer on the timeline, and then Petros Papadakis follows us, and then he said it on the broadcast.
Okay.
So like that kind of made it on TV. So we think that's official.
Thought leader, Sickos Committee.
Yes. So that he is in the transfer portal. We wanted him to lean into the engineering aspect of his nickname, either go to Purdue or Georgia Tech.
Hey, Pitt's got a good engineering school.
Right? John the engineer.
Somebody's got to build all those bridges.
That's right.
I mean,
This game is
you
going
got a
so
few
well.
bridges there in Pittsburgh. I mean, there's a couple.
Yeah,
Maybe like 5, I think.
Breaking news. Memphis has scored again.
God damn it.
So it is 34 Memphis, West Virginia 17.
It's fine.
With 11
Fucking
minutes
fine.
Have you heard any screaming from downstairs recently, Beth?
No. I mean, I was so enjoying the halcyon days of the end of the second quarter when Memphis forgot about the soft, gooey center of the West Virginia secondary.
We got to halftime and they were like, hey, just go there. It's
like
open.
don't bother running against this team. You don't need to.
West Virginia, the lava cake, a molten lava cake of a football team.
God.
Soft gooey center. West Virginia is the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Poking the mountaineer, and he makes the Pillsbury Doughboy noise.
Automatic first down.
Pillsbury pepperoni boil.
The crescent rolls. The crescent pepperoni rolls.
I would smash like 15 of those.
Yes, yes. Yeah. That is a West Virginian endorsed cheat way to make pepperoni rolls, and I also approve of it.
I need to make pepperoni rolls again.
Pitt Girl's like, I could have 13 to 9 of them.
I could have 13 to 9 of them. I didn't even do it this time.
I can't have anything.
I hired Rich Rod back. Amazing.
Oh my god.
I still don't think it's worse than UCF hiring Scott Frost back kind of feels worse.
Scott Frost won a national championship.
Okay. I mean, but Rich Rod did win an American championship.
Obviously did not do.
No, Rich Rod did win an American championship. The Conference USA American CUSA championship.
Okay, all right. Before we make Beth's head explode. Also 12/27, we get a nightcap, like a real nightcap. Las Vegas Bowl, Texas A&M versus USC at 9:30. So that's 10:30 Eastern, folks, on ESPN.
All right. Who we got here?
This is a game. I just want to talk about how, like, preseason, looking at this game, it's like, ooh, this is a playoff game, Clash of the Titans. No, this is 2 days after Christmas.
Okay. So the thing that came up is QB swap for the game. I think USC's quarterback went into the portal, Miller Moss. So their backup quarterback in And I couldn't tell you who Texas A&M starting quarterback is.
I couldn't tell you
Is it-
who
is it
either of
Connor
these
Wegman?
teams'
No.
starting quarterbacks are.
Is it Connor Wegman?
That sounds right.
I mean, Texas A&M. I know like Wegman got
Sickos
hurt.
Committee Googles things.
I mean, I'm sorry, A&M fans. I don't know who your starting QB is. I know like Wegman got hurt, but then like somebody else was playing, and then I don't know, man.
Some things are unknowable.
I see a like I Googled Texas A&M roster,
It
and
says
then
it says Marcel Reed.
okay, that's
Redshirt
that's the
freshman.
one that ran all over. He's from Los Angeles. Oh, sorry, that was the other quarterback, the junior. Sorry, Marcel Reed's from Nashville. So that's the one that ran all over LSU. He couldn't stop the running quarterback. So
Okay.
so he goes to USC, and I have no idea. We'll just say Lincoln Riley's the quarterback for A&M.
Perfect.
Sure. Why not?
I'm not going to put that roster. Perfect.
Their quarterback is Jaden Mayaba.
Oh, yes.
okay. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. That should be interesting. Flip
No,
those
this
two-
game has like moderate spice potential, I think. Like this game just has stupid energy.
It feels like this is like a helmet game that could be a college football playoff game, but it's like a disappointment bowl for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
The you tried bowl.
This also feels like Vegas is trying to host one of like the premier preseason or first week matchups, and they choose these guys.
It's the Las Vegas kickoff bowl game, and the funny thing is, USC was there in this one.
Oh, they were, weren't
Oh
they?
my god.
They returned. The USC, the circle of sickos. They start in Vegas and end in Vegas.
Like swallows returning to Capistrano, except it's, the Bellagio.
Trojans return to the Bellagio.
Just got to watch a Scooter's coffee toast on the bowl game, by the way. If you care to see a coffee toast at 11:24 p.m. Eastern.
Is Jordan alive? Because like he's had 3 cups of coffee during this bowl game, like, and he has not messaged us in a while. I'm kind of worried.
Jordan's heart has stopped.
Okay, I'm definitely.
I mean, he had 3 cups of coffee a while ago. I would imagine that number has climbed.
Okay, he needs the 4th to make it to the end of the game.
I mean, they're even having coffee in the broadcast booth now,
Yes.
or I guess some sort of coffee drink with like the whipped cream.
Yeah, very fancy. Additional bowl games. This game is actually at noon. It was originally listed in the show notes as TBA, which is why it was not the first game mentioned for 12/27. The Armed Forces Bowl, Navy versus Oklahoma, is at noon on ESPN.
Nice. Yeah, I mean Navy coming off the big win over Army. I don't know how much Oklahoma's going to want to face Navy.
The Sooner Schooner versus a real Armada.
Yeah.
I do not think Oklahoma wants that smoke. I really
Okay.
don't.
So this is the list that this bowl game gets a special cartoon go along with the broadcast, and we get to pick the cartoon, like
Ooh.
the Simpsons broadcast
Oh.
they had, and they've done the Toy Story one. They did the there was another one, right?
I think there's SpongeBob.
No, SpongeBob. Yes. So. Yeah, the Nickelodeon game. So this one gets a special cartoon go along broadcast, and we get to pick the cartoon. So does anybody have any ideas for the cartoon for this one?
This is the Armed Forces Bowl.
Yes. G.I. Joe.
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I was going with G.I. Joe, but we can do.
G.I. Joe is better.
I was leaning Bluey. Just for the sheer amount of cognitive dissonance of this game.
Yeah, like Bluey. Yeah. Like I could see that.
Like, come join the Navy, and like Bluey and Big Girl are like, hooray!
I really think that since Brent Venables is the head coach of the team that's not in the armed forces, he would be Cobra Commander. And every time something would go wrong, he'd just be like Cobra.
He-Man.
Ooh.
And then we get all the like 80s style like here's the rainbow, here's He-Man and the rainbow. Like all the 80s style, like, could be a vibe.
Stay tuned for more Brent Venables facts. And he runs away. Next game.
Are we saying Brent Venables is Skeletor?
I didn't say that.
He does kind of look like Skeletor.
Maybe.
Oh, but
I don't even know if I know what he looks like. I'm gonna have to Google that.
Skeletor.
We have compared him to Skeletor.
Shall
the
I
past.
compare these
Oh
to
God, yeah,
Skeletor?
yeah,
he is
yeah.
giving Skeletor.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them, Brett Venable. Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
I will be putting Brent Venables as Skeletor on the vision board for Jordan.
All
He
right.
has homework and he
He has
doesn't
homework.
know about
He has
it.
no idea what's going on.
He'll be so happy.
Next
I
game.
love giving people homework they don't know about. All right. We have another 12:27 game, and I didn't Google what time this game is at. So
No idea.
unknown time, Birmingham Bowl, Georgia Tech versus Vanderbilt. That's
Oh
also
my
on
God.
ESPN
Oh,
at
I
a
am so
time.
excited for
I'm
this game.
assuming in the afternoon because there's no 3:00 game.
Nerd fight.
Nerd fight.
I am excited for this one.
Black and
Like,
yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black and yellow.
Did you see what Diego Pavia said about Haynes King?
Mm-mm.
No.
What did he say?
Oh my God, I gotta find this. Hold on, man. I think the beginning of it, Diego Pavia just says, oh my God, where is it? All right, I found it. Vanderbilt quarterback on Georgia Tech quarterback Haynes King. I fuck with Haynes King. He's got some swag to him. I'm really excited to go out there and compete against him and his team versus me and mine. It'll be a good game.
That's high praise.
I mean, they both run headfirst into.
I was gonna say they are both willing to die for their team.
They are. I love it.
Carefully, he's a hero.
Yeah, both of them.
This is Beth's come back with your sword or on it game.
Yeah.
Oh, this
God.
has like a lot of banger energy. Like this,
It does.
I will be watching this one attentively.
I'm really excited for this one. And then like whoever wins is they get the butt trophy. The Birmingham butt trophy. Oh, I mean,
The Birmingham
They
butt.
do.
They do.
They get to maybe take shots off of the butt trophy.
The Birmingham butt luge.
Do not look that up on
No,
Urban
don't do
No,
that. on Urban Dictionary.
No, that is not something I will be Googling.
Mm.
Oh my God. What?
Oh,
Yes.
God.
West Virginia did an offense. There are
Oh.
points.
No,
Oh
did
my
you
God.
see the extra point?
I did not.
Not
I
yet.
was looking away.
Oh no!
Oh,
Disaster!
no.
Oh no, disaster!
All right. For this bowl game, the bowl game is moved to another country that matches with the first letter of the bowl, not the sponsor of the game name. So it's the Birmingham Bowl. We have to move it to another country that starts with the letter B.
Can we move it to Great Britain and put it in the other Birmingham?
So you just call it Britain?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we have a chance to make the Waffles Bowl.
The
Oh, that's
Belgian
true.
Waffles
But
Bowl.
I just want to do like the ultimate Alabama or England here.
Yes, I mean
Okay.
because it's kind of Alabama, England there.
Uh-huh.
It Birmingham to Birmingham.
You have convinced me.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
in Birmingham.
can't do Belarus because of the sanctions.
I mean, we don't want that. Belgium.
Greeting from Minsk. Oh wait, no, that's in Estonia. Oh, right.
No, Minsk is
Minsk
Belarus.
is Belarus? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
I
I
get
don't.
for
I don't want to
Well,
put it
it
in
is Estonia.
Bangladesh. I don't want to put it in Bangladesh.
Benin is an option.
Bahrain.
Oh, there you go. They would spend the money.
Could we do it in
They
Bhutan?
would.
Is there a good spot in
Bhutan?
Bhutan?
Yeah.
Ooh.
True.
I don't think we need a good spot.
Okay.
Botswana.
We have bowl games in lots of bad spots.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
If we put it in Bhutan, we can just put it on that like plaza with the kids playing baseball with the giant Buddhas in the background.
Ooh, I
I
do
mean,
like that.
Yeah.
We could put it in the highest stadium in the world in Bolivia.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or how about Burkina Faso?
Oh.
Yeah, we could put it in Ouagadougou.
Is that a real place?
Yeah, that's the capital.
Okay.
of Burkina Faso.
Like you said it so confidently. I'm like that. I feel like we're playing.
I
Baldur.
have cousins there.
Beth, is there anywhere on this earth that you do not have cousins?
I wonder why Christmas takes over 6 hours to
probably.
open presents.
No cousins in the Antarctic research bases, I would
Not
guess.
that I know of, no. Or in the International Space
No
Station.
cousins in Alert Canada.
None. Any in the Falkland Islands? No.
What about Lethbridge, Alberta?
Oh, maybe.
If you are Beth's cousin and you are in Lethbridge, Alberta, sound off in the chat.
Sound after the call. All right.
Beth's cousins only. We're going to set up a Google map and just drop a pin.
We have so many bowl
God,
games.
So many pins.
We still have a lot of bowl games to get through
We do
here.
still got a lot of bowl
On
games to get through.
28. There's so many games on the 28th.
Yeah. Next bowl game. Fenway Bowl, 10
Is Commish
a.m.
saying there's too many bowls?
10 a.m. No, just
on the 28th.
Just on the 28th. 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Bill
North Carolina
Belichick is coming home.
North Carolina versus UConn on ESPN. This is a
basketball ass bowl.
I love this. I love this because like Belichick's first person he signed in the transfer portal was from Holy Cross, who's based out of Massachusetts. And I'm like, okay, he's working the portal already. And it was a center.
Do you think Bill Belichick is actually going to bother to attend this game?
He'll be there
because he's not. Freddie Kitchens is coaching. Like
Yeah.
he is.
He's got to be.
I mean,
what if he makes
like
a
Rich
booth
Rod's
appearance? Like Rich
Because
Rod.
Rich Rod's doing the thing tonight where it's like
Yeah.
he's the new coach. He's not coaching. He
do
just
that.
gets to hang out. Like, do you think Bill Belichick bothers to show up to this?
It's in Massachusetts. He's
Yeah,
already there.
He's already there. It's fine.
He's there.
I want to imagine him treating this game the way that my dad would, and just like sitting there and playing Pokemon Go in the stands the whole time.
Bill Belichick is a level 50 Pokemon Go player.
I just
You're
want
here
Belichick
first.
just like Belichick the pace on the Green Monster, like back and forth.
Well, that's how you
'Cause
hatch your eggs.
They share the sideline. Like both teams have to share the sideline on the Fenway Bowl, and I just want Belichick to just pace it back and forth on the Green
Last
Monster.
time I went to the bowl game in Detroit, I saw someone reading a book in the stands. So
It's about right. I would say.
Listen, there are certain bowl games where it's just an excellent chance to get a little bit of me time, and you should
Okay.
embrace that.
What better time to do that than outdoors at 11 a.m. in Boston in December?
Totally. So the thing that came on the spin the wheel that we have here, it says read the about the sponsor on the bowl website.
Okay.
So I am at the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. There is something that is called the Wasabi Fenway Bowl Honor Roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just see here. Their mission.
How many of the cast of Jackass are in the Wasabi Hall of Fame?
So we
Oh
have
my
established this previously on this show. Sadly, this game is not sponsored by Wasabi the condiment. Wasabi is a cloud computing company, if I recall correctly.
So I have something on the about the bowl game here. It says, Beyond the Green, a Wasabi Fenway Bowl journey. This vibrant documentary series explores the Wasabi Fenway Bowl and its growing influence in the Boston and throughout New England by way of college football and the Honor Roll program. With its blend of thrilling sports action and a look at the resilience of New England educators, the 5-episode series delves into Fenway Park's football legacy, the Bowl's origins, the Honor Roll initiative, behind-the-scenes planning, and game day highlights.
That's so many episodes.
There's the episode titles. I'm just going to give you the 5 here. 1 is kickoff. Number 2 is the Honor Roll. Number 3 is getting spicy.
Ooh.
Number 4 is the final countdown.
Na-na-na-na.
And then
Na-na-na-na.
and number 5 is game on. That's all we got. We're good on this one.
Wasabi Bowl getting spicy. Wasabi Bowl. Wasabi Fenway Bowl after dark.
Oh yeah.
Next bowl game. We got another one in the Northeast in a baseball stadium. That's right. It's the Rose Bowl of the East. It is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. That is Boston College versus Nebraska, coming to you at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central on ABC.
All right. Corn correspondent, Nebraska fan.
Go.
All right. I have a question for you.
Yep.
You break the bowl curse, right?
Mhm.
Hadn't gone to a bowl game 2016. Now you're in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl in New York. I want your thoughts and feelings on going to this specific bowl game.
So
against
this is
these-
actually a good thing
Yes.
because Nebraska's very first bowl win. They had some bowl appearances, lost them all, then had like an 8-year drought. seems kind of familiar. But anyway, their first bowl win back in the 60s was the Gotham Bowl in New York City.
Ooh.
And that's what started them on their huge dynasty of like a 35-game bowl streak. So we're doing it again, running it back.
Okay.
Run it back on a bad boy mower.
Nature is healing.
That bad boy mower with the 0 turn radius, that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing there.
Just doing donuts on a mower with the 0 turn radius.
That's right. You're husking that corn on a 0 turn radius.
I'm sure there's a combine attachment that you can put on a bad boy mower.
I'm sure, along with the sound bar and the DJ that'll be at this game. This bowl game now becomes part of the college football playoff, and we expand the playoff to 14 teams. So Nebraska has made the playoff. Woo! And BC is in with Bill O'Brien.
Perfect. No notes. Next bowl game.
I just like the fact that now we have 2 Rose Bowls in the playoffs. Very exciting.
Right.
The Rose Bowl is
West.
going to love that. The tournament of the
Rose Bowl of the
Roses.
West.
The tournament of Roses is going to be so happy that there's another Rose Bowl.
Is the tournament of the Roses in New York City SantaCon?
I mean, there are certainly a lot of parades in New York City.
There are a few ones.
Tournament of the Burroses.
And here comes the Bronx float. Oh, everybody's floating us off.
It's a 5-borough tournament. Who gets the bye?
Long Island. You can't get there. There's too much traffic.
That's not a borough.
Long Island is also not a borough.
Not a borough.
but okay.
I know.
Yeah, I do think Brooklyn gets the bye.
Yeah.
I think Manhattan probably they don't deserve it, but I think they get it.
Yeah, I was like, they
recognition.
get it, but I don't think they deserve it.
I know for damn sure that it's not Staten Island.
Staten Island is
the 5 seed.
Like they're
Staten Island is a
sounding off
play-in.
in the comments, but
Well, can we just
Staten
have like
Island is
Staten
the
Island
play-in
and
against
Long
Long
Island
Island.
is the play-in
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Staten Island gets left out like Florida State did.
Yeah, but
Like,
they
they-
didn't
it's-
even
they just
deserve,
straight up
like,
are like-
there's not a case to include them. They just really
Yeah,
they're
we
Notre
just-
Dame.
The
We
ferry
just want
broke down.
Manhattan,
They couldn't
Queens,
get in.
Brooklyn, and the Bronx.
there's like a stronger case for Hackensack.
Mm.
Read The City We Became, kids. If you have not read The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, read that book. We have accidentally recreated that book. Spoilers. Next bowl game. The New Mexico Bowl. 1:15 p.m. Ooh, weird kick time. 1:15 p.m. Central on ESPN. That is the Ragin' Cajuns versus TCU. Commish, how we feeling about that?
I'm confused on the matchup itself.
It's weird. It feels
it's-
weird.
It's strange. Like a Sunbelt team doesn't normally ever go to New Mexico, but like a Big 12 team has been to New Mexico. But typically, it's like a Mountain West team.
I want to see what Cajuns would do with green chili, though.
I don't know, man. I
They
don't
would
think
do so many good things.
like the pepper profiles of both of them, the red and green chilies, and then the cayenne, don't always necessarily make a good mix. Typically, when I eat Mexican food, I'm not putting like Cajun spice on it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't go together because they're two different like peppers that hit the tongue on different profiles, and the spices don't necessarily join together in harmony. I do love this bowl game because it has the best hand painted trophy that you could get. The pottery, which is great. I want TCU to win this because I don't want the Cajuns to have this. I don't want them to get this pottery. But I am just a hater of this bowl season because now La Tech's in the Independence Bowl and the Cajuns have a chance to like win this awesome pottery thing. And I got to root for TCU here.
Commish coming in with I don't want them to have nice things.
I don't want them. We can't have nice things in Monroe. You shouldn't have any in Lafayette either. Okay.
It's fine.
All right.
I will be over here plotting out my path to open a Mexican restaurant.
Ooh.
I honestly, I just don't know if it would be.
Life finds a way, Commish.
Life finds a way.
No, if I think I would have found a way by now. But
Sure.
I've been here for like 15 years. So the thing that says we make a bowl mascot if the game does not have one. Does the New Mexico Bowl have a mascot?
I feel like no.
We gotta
Hatch
make
green
one.
chili.
Yes.
And you know, it's funny because the no, it just says like Lobo Louie and Lobo Lucy. Could we have red and green chili, like husband and wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
that's
like that.
perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
Heaven Made Products makes a Mexican Cajun seasoning. They replace the cayenne with jalapeno.
See that again? Like the cayenne and jalapeno don't go together. Um,
Well, they're not mixing; they're replacing.
I know. But
So what I'm hearing here is that according to Commish, Mexican food and Cajun food are matter and antimatter, and when you try to touch them, they annihilate.
like I can't.
It is magically bland.
I'm not gonna put like
Everything cancels out.
I'm not gonna put Tony Chachere's on like beef fajitas. Like I mean, it doesn't work. Like,
This tastes like hot dish.
it's not working out. Like,
Are you guys familiar with the concept of the flavor?
I'm not putting salsa in gumbo. That's
No.
just
So-
not working out.
The flavor occurs when you mix the lime cucumber Gatorade with cranberry Mike's Hard.
Oh,
Evidently, everything just cancels out and it kind of tastes like nothing.
mm.
This is something that Obnoxiously Pit Boyfriend has also accidentally done while making cocktails a couple of times, where it's just too balanced and everything cancels out and it just tastes like nothing.
I'm gonna have to find some cranberry Mike's Hard. I want to try this now.
Yes, I will find the original post about it and put it in the chat so that everyone may know about the flavor and may have the recipe to attempt to recreate the flavor should they wish to do so.
That's crazy. It's like a taste noise canceling headphones.
Yes, exactly.
Honestly, like that would be a cool invention if you could just make something that analyzes a flavor profile and then make something to like cancel out. Like, so if you have something you don't like,
Mhm.
you could just like plug it in the machine and the machine is like, okay, I canceled out the flavor.
Flavor and anti-flavor.
Speaking of flavor,
Well,
12/28/2024, the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yeah,
Pop-Tarts Bowl.
we're not changing anything about this one. We're
No,
good.
this game is perfect. 2:30 p.m. on ABC, Iowa State versus Miami. Now featuring working toaster trophy, and the MVP of the game gets to pick which Pop-Tart gets to go to Pop-Tart Valhalla
Mm.
and be consumed. This game is perfect. I have no notes. The only request I have is if you are listening, Pop-Tarts Bowl, there was a video you guys put out like a week ago, and there's a Pop-Tarts Bowl representative who is wearing a Pop-Tarts quarter zip that's like blueberry sprinkle Pop-Tarts quarter zip with a little Pop-Tarts patch. If you have an extra one of those, we have a P.O. box. Please send it there so then Commish can forward it to me because I want it.
Ping me later. I'll see what I can do. We exchange emails back and forth. Pop-Tarts.
Ooh.
That's where we got the inside info about the trophy. So
It's true.
And then we'll have our Pop-Tarts Bowl correspondents, Katie and Melanie, both there. We got them credentialed, hopefully. Which we already submitted it. I'm just waiting for approval. So we should be okay.
I would think that after the excellent photojournalism of last year, that they could not wait.
Yeah.
Have us back.
I mean,
just a matter of time.
the meme picture of the Pop-Tart where it's just the staring eye.
No, they
We took that.
sent us.
Katie
They sent
took
us
that.
Pop-Tarts.
Katie
costumes.
is the star journalist.
Yes. So yeah,
Did you see her Pop-Tart clock she got this week?
I feel confident on Katie and Melanie getting. I just haven't got the go aheads, but we should be okay.
All right, moving on to a bowl game that could never reach the lofty heights of the Pop-Tart Bowl, but is also pretty good, especially now that it's under new sponsorship. The Arizona Bowl, Colorado State versus Miami of Ohio. This is the bowl game that's on the CW at 3:30.
Okay, I want some chaos CW bowl game with Snoop Dogg involved. I don't know what to expect in this bowl game, and I feel like this is a good matchup too. Like Mac, Mountain West in Arizona. Snoop Dogg's involved. It's on the CW. It has all the elements, and I don't really want to.
Breaking news. Jordan is on coffee number 5.
Is Jordan going to sleep tonight?
He's not.
No.
He's gonna be wide awake tomorrow, guaranteed. Like he's just not. And then at like 8 a.m. he's like, I'm gonna go take a nap. And I'm gonna hate him because I'm gonna be at work. So but it's fine. No, I don't want to change anything in this bowl because it's new. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
I feel like it's new. It's got Snoop Dogg. I got to see what they got to do here. Like I don't want to, like if like it's like the second year of the Snoop Dogg Bowl. Maybe I want to change it. I want to leave this the same. And good colors too. The Red Hawks. You got some green. Colorado State. Good coaching matchup. Both coaches. Chuck Martin, Jay Norvell. Should be a really high quality game. I think this could be like, I'm hoping for like a bunch of points and like out of controlness, or like, a really, really ridiculously close bowl game that comes down to the last moments.
Yeah.
So now that we have Gronk serving as the personality of a bowl game and Snoop Dogg serving as the personality of a bowl game, what are we missing in the constellation of bowl games? Like, who are we missing?
The Martha Stewart living bowl game.
I feel like
she could just hang out with Snoop Dogg.
She'll just poach Snoop Dogg.
It's true.
Yeah.
Flava Flav?
That would be strong.
He should just be at the game of a sports bowl, I think. I feel like Charles Barkley, like in terms of just like personalities.
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
Can we get Guy Fieri to just take over the Las Vegas Bowl?
He'd be a good choice.
The Flavor Town Bowl.
The Flavor Town Bowl.
He's going to cover the winning coach in donkey sauce.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm down for that. I feel like there needs to be like some sort of like Food Network themed host that needs to basically do weird concoctions of like Cheez-Its or something.
Bowl game chopped.
Warner Brothers Discovery getting into college football bowl game broadcasting this season.
Let's see what they got.
Okay.
3 more to go.
Military Bowl 12/28/2024. This is ECU versus NC State. Another weird kick time. 4:45 Central. That's 5:45 Eastern.
That is weird.
Oh, that's weird. It's gonna be cold.
It's like the battle. It's the battle for North Carolina in Maryland.
I have the feeling that, and this is probably my bias because I went last year and the weather was absolutely miserable. I feel like with this kick time, they are asking for the weather to be absolutely miserable. So y'all have fun.
This feels like a bowl game that probably shouldn't kick off after the sun has gone down.
It absolutely should not.
The problem is that the sun right now is going down at like 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, but the days are going to start getting longer.
So they just need to play this bowl game in March?
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Carolina doesn't have anything else going. That makes sense.
Okay. The wheel here has spun, and this game, the Military Bowl, has been replaced by the Bicentennial Bowl.
Okay.
Okay.
The only problem is that the Bicentennial Bowl has been played in 2 spots, only played twice. It is defunct. Little Rock, Arkansas,
Like it played once a century, Bicentennial.
or Richmond, Virginia. So it was in 1975 and 1976. That was it.
Wait, so because I feel like the Bicentennial happened in 76. So were they just like really excited about it in 75 and went early, or?
Yes.
Or maybe
they wanted to like get a
bicentennials
practice
at
run
different
so that
things.
by the time they did it, for the Bicentennial, it would be really good.
Yes.
Like maybe they're like, okay, like 1976, that's the Bicentennial for the the U.S. declaring independence. Maybe we'll do it again in. Man, I'm trying to think of like an early 1800s political thing that happened or something like.
So
maybe we'll do it for like the War of 1812 and like 2012. Like I don't know.
I'll break it down further for you if you want to get into the weeds about this bowl game. It was the name of 2 different postseason bowl games. They both were named the Bicentennial Bowl. The one in 1975 was an NAIA special event bowl game between the Arkansas Intercollegiate Conference and the Oklahoma Intercollegiate Conference. The one in 1976 was from the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Conference versus the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the MEAC.
Miak!
So that's why they're in two different locations. The MEAC was involved in the one in 76. The one in Little Rock was in War Memorial Stadium, which is still in existence.
Mhm.
So, yeah. South Carolina State played Norfolk State in 1976 in Richmond, Virginia, in City Stadium. So if you want that one, which would be funny because it's the battle for North Carolina being played in Virginia.
I like that.
Which is
I
a
like
little
Proxy
bit
war.
funnier there. I think they're going to play in Richmond. They're going to play in Spider Stadium.
Yep. I like it. Sold.
Okay, so I've looked up 1824 on Wikipedia. So I will report back with what this could possibly be the bicentennial of.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, we will stay tuned for that. Onwards, we got two more bowl games to get through. 12/28/2024, still 6:30 p.m. Central. The Alamo Bowl on ABC. This is BYU in Colorado, and Commish is going to be there.
I've been approved for credentials for this game.
Coach
Again!
Prime pick.
Oh my god. The last thing on the wheel, by the way, is head coach swap. Kalani Satake is now the head coach of Colorado.
And
Coach
Dion
Prime,
has converted to Mormonism,
he is the head coach of BYU.
as is required to be head coach at
This
BYU.
here,
Dion
yes.
is now Mormon.
I will be at this game. I will be there. I don't know why they let me in this bowl game. They let
you
me
in
last
year too. They just
I
let
know.
anybody in at the Alamo Bowl, I
It seems
guess.
that way. I don't know. I don't know why they let me in this bowl game. I had a good time. Oklahoma, Arizona last year. This one, that was a great game. I have a feeling this is going to be a great game too.
Wasn't that the game where like somebody prominent poured their drink on fans or something?
Was
It's like I don't
David
remember.
Tepper?
No, that was
David Tepper's at
that was
the
the
Alamo
Panthers.
Bowl.
Not the Alamo Bowl.
No, I don't know what I'm thinking of then.
I don't know.
I mean,
Anyway.
I feel like you could tell me anything about what David Tepper's doing to the Panthers. Like, I believe you.
Yeah.
Like, if you told me, like, yeah, he's got him playing in the Alamo Bowl. I'd be
I
like,
mean,
okay.
they made the playoffs. But no, I'm excited to see this game. It feels like this is they're in the same conference, but it feels like they're not in the same conference. But
Oh
and this is kind of like this feels like the runner-up Big 12 title game.
Yeah.
Like these two teams were like just left out of the Big 12 title game. It's like, okay, well, like what if this was the Big 12 title game? Let's see. And it's cool. You got the Heisman winner here, so I get to watch the Heisman winner play, which is nice.
It's cool stuff. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game, I think. Like, good for the Alamo Bowl for getting another like potential banger, I think. This is our last bowl game for tonight. This is also 12/28. The Independence Bowl, Army versus Marshall. No, wait, we mean Louisiana Tech. We're sorry. 8:15 p.m. on ESPN.
Yeah. I'm not changing the
Commish,
Independence
you have
Bowl game.
thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, La Tech has been in the Independence Bowl so much. It's like this is La Tech's bowl game. They go to Shreveport. They go an hour west and play in Shreveport. They play like home games in Shreveport. So like, them going there. Army's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Army is gonna
be
really mad.
They should be.
Yeah. Does La Tech have enough to deal with a mad Army?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Our Army's going to put the tank in take mode and go.
It's weird though. Like Army,
we are upset, so we're going to jump up and down on your kidneys until you die.
I wonder if there's going to be a lot of like Air Force people at the game just to cheer for La Tech because like Shreveport has Barksdale Air Force Base, and
okay,
like just to hate cheer and then root on La Tech just to hate on the Army, which that would be great to happen. I guess congrats for La Tech for going to school. I guess I don't know. Just and my apologies that New Mexico, I got the logo wrong, so I had to apologize to somebody on Instagram, like a New Mexico Lobo fan, a lot. Again, my apology for mistaking the wolf pack for the Lobos. I apologize. Yeah. And I told him I was even wearing a Lobo shirt while I was recording, and I messed that up.
Yeah, we are truly sorry about our lack of literacy, but at this point, there's nothing we can do.
We can't read.
No.
I'm literate. My parents were married.
Just cut it right there.
Well, hang on. I got a couple 1824 things.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Bicentennials.
So possible bicentennials. So I've looked up the Wikipedia page for 1824. So here's one option. This is on March 19th, 1824.
All right.
American explorer Benjamin Morrell departs Antarctica after a voyage later plagued by claims of fraud.
Ooh.
Okay.
We also have one here on May 7th, 1824. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony premieres in Vienna.
Okay.
So the bicentennial of the Ninth Symphony.
I think my favorite thing here that I only am just now learning. So on this day, on March 7th, 1824, Florida announces that the capital will be moving from St. Augustine to Tallahassee. Then April 9th, 1824, the first permanent settlers arrive to construct Tallahassee.
We love a planned city.
We do.
I had no idea that they'd done that.
I will say that Antarctic Fraud Bowl is perfect.
The Penguin Grift Bowl.
Yes. The bicentennial Penguin Grift Bowl.
Can Morgan Freeman be on like play-by-play?
Yeah. Brought to you by Thermo King.
I think that's very appropriate that Tallahassee was a planned city and we're raising funds for Tallahassee. It's a food drive. They needed food there when they planned the city 200 years ago.
It's true. That is something you should plan for. Having food in your city.
They had a food drive back then.
With that is the end of the show for tonight, kids. Listeners, thank you for listening. We will be back next week on a somewhat modified schedule because holiday. So the Tuesday show will be out as usual, but on Christmas Day, we got a little surprise for you because there's not going to be a Thursday show next week. So just know that because, you know, we are sickos, but not quite sicko enough to spend Christmas Eve recording this podcast. We love you, listeners, but not quite that much.
Not only was linear time a mistake, we're going to lean into it and just stop observing it altogether.
That's
Indeed.
Correct.
Yeah. Plus, I got to go see the new Sonic movie.
Definitely. Scarlet Nights, Holy Night. Do I hit the button?